Welcome to the first zoo that I've actually managed to finish, or that I consider finished, in Planet Zoo. I played around with the some of the franchise stuff and the scenarios that you can play out, but I kind of just wanted to build things without the financial constraints that comes with the franchise stuff. I haven't adjusted any of the other settings, so I still have things like the guest ratings and the animal welfare stuff to look after. But in terms of being limited by money, nope. So this is kind of it. I started this several months back, so it's kind of off season. This is like, I called this zoo the Winter Wonderland. I kind of had this idea of doing like a skating rink in the middle of it, but I ended up not doing that. So if we start off here with the guests coming in, kind of just have things at the beginning here just being sort of like decorations, landscape stuff, and guest facilities like the food booths and the drink booths and stuff like that. And then over here is just the boring old staff facilities. The first exhibit is reindeer. Now, for this zoo, I chose animals that were all part of this particular biome. So there's like no environmental control within the exhibits because this is all stuff that these animals would naturally live in. So the reindeer here, majestic, and they keep having lots of babies, so they seem pretty happy. I kind of wasn't paying attention to the size. Like, I just would look at the exhibit size requirements and kind of just guess. And I kind of overshot it a lot because, like, if you look at the reindeer here, if we go take a look at what's required for the reindeer, it's like 370 square meters. But if we look what I actually designed the exhibit size to be, yeah, it's way more than what's required. And I kind of did that for all the exhibits. And because this is a colder environment, there's no the smaller exhibits, so like the snakes and the spiders and the beetles and stuff, because none of them naturally this isn't their natural habitat. So then if we go to the next one, this is a little bit more open for the doll sheep. I gave them a little bit more open space, tried to give them a little something to climb on. I don't really see them on this too much. Again, I kind of just went bonkers with the size. This is like 3 to 4 times what is needed. But I just like giving the animals all the extra room. Like, animals like to roam around and have as much free space as they like. And then if we go over here, let's see if I can timber wolves. And they're just walking about. What are you running after? And this is an issue that I keep having with the reindeers, because the reindeer habitat, you're only supposed to have one male. So I have to usually keep releasing younger ones into the wild. So reindeer. So yeah, once the male reindeers mature, I usually have to release one. Kloss here has been on top for a bit. This alert is just litter. Like, litter has been a problem, and I have trash bins everywhere, but everyone is determined to just throw the trash on the ground. Anyways, these wolves are running around. And then the last habitat that I have up, I tried to be a little bit more sensible with the size on this last one, because I just realized I was just taking up so much space. Here we have an Arctic wolf, and he's our alpha boy here is swimming in the water, having a grand old time. Having a grand old time. It's time to get out. These guys running around. Yeah, again, this is like the first zoo that I would consider I completed. It was mostly just kind of trying to learn. So like, a lot of the stuff that I used ended up just being stock buildings and stuff like that. It'd be nice to sit down and take the time and design something a little bit more creatively. And I need to get my education game to be better, because tend to be good on most of these, but education I just really suck at. I have all of the tried to cover the paths with the speakers and stuff, but I'll just have to try and learn some tips and tricks to try and get that sort of stat up. But overall, I think I'm pretty satisfied with this with this first attempt at a complete zoo. They're I do enjoy the Arctic creatures and the reindeer and the wolves and stuff. I will have to do another Arctic themed zoo for things like the polar bears and a few other animals that I didn't include in this particular zoo that also would fit in with the Arctic environment. And let's see if I can make it snow. There we go. Let's a bunch of the decorations that I have up. Light up. So if you were to walk through this zoo at night, this is what it'd be like. I kind of wanted something that is sort of like wintry, romantic. I don't know if it ended up being that way, but I have like this. I have the pathway that starts off with the lights, and all of the light poles here are these torches. You have a bear up there. As you go around, you have a giant Christmas tree. And this lit up boat. This lit up wintry boat. Then along here you just have sort of these lit up statues, some more bears, some Christmassy reindeer. And lots of trees. And this giant pile of presents here. And over here, this particular shelter gets to light up. So that's cool. One of the keepers cleaning up the habitats. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this small look at my modest Winterland Zoo. Look out for more zoos coming up in the future.